Hello everyone and welcome back in a new episode of our Minecraft series. So in the last episode, if you don't remember or if you didn't watch it, go back and watch it. I always leave you a reminder on this top right corner for you to go and view the previous episode at the beginning of each episode actually. So, in the last episode, as I was saying, we built the generators. The mud generator, the cobblestone generator, the battle generator, which are scattered throughout the village, the logging camp. So, for example, here we have the mud generator. Ooh, I left here a block, accidentally. My bad. Which simply works by placing down dirt in this very specific block. Everything gets moved out of the way and you can basically build, work on constructing actually a platform of mud that we can then use and cook basically. So, in today's episode instead, we are going to work on a bit of a project that I had shown you last time we met, which is the Banquet Hall. I have started working here on this side of our island, clearing out the space for a new structure. But before starting to work onto the building itself, let's plan out. I'm going to try something and I want to show you what I had in mind for this area. So I'll be right back to you and we'll meet in as much as it sounds weird to say, paint. Okay, so here we are in my own picture editor, which is paint.net. I am quite comfortable with it, and that's the main reason why I chose this one rather than some more, let's say, professional image editing software like Photoshop, for example. Okay, so the area we are going to tackle is going to be this one in this enclosure. It is on the northeast corner of our, let's say, settlement. And we are going to place down quite the massive structure. So I wanted to draw to you the outline I had in mind. So it's going to be a very basic square, well, rectangle, to be perfectly clear on this side, with a little bit of a bump in the front, like so. And basically I wanted to make something of the likes of a balcony in front of it, while here we are going to have some other, let's say, front door. I'm still yet to decide how to do it, because I want to connect up here to the square in front of our storage room. I feel very weird about this this new thing that I'm trying to do here, because I feel it like very much draw my life kind of experience. Ooh. So for what concerns the actual outer structure, I wanted to go for something of let's say a basic shape. Since we don't have anything yet here, I want to use like a basic A-frame like we did for our storage room. Now please do bear in mind, because my drawing skills are abysmal. So, like that. So basically, like a very basic house, like you can see here in the background, the storage room. It's going to be of the likes of that. Maybe we could even recycle the pallet itself. What I want to do here is, well, here in front, as I already said, I want to have something like a terrace or a balcony, whatever, here on this overhang. For what concerns the interior instead, well, let's get this out of the way. I want to have a stairwell, much like the one we did for the portal garden. So here in front we're going to raise up everything. Now we are inside the, let's say, square room that I had told you about before, and here we're going to have a curved stairwell that slowly goes down to the well, actually the ballroom, well, the main floor. I don't know. Here we are going to have the various steps, so like this. Obviously, once more, forgive my abysmal drawing skills. So like this, something along the, this is at least, I'm trying to depict the image I have in my mind, and it's not easy, not at all. So, like so, I want to have a double one because when doing castle stuff, a little bit of symmetry is always nice. Not too much though. It's better always to avoid getting overly boring. So my idea was having here this double stairwell on that takes you down onto the ballroom, the floor. I don't know how to properly define it yet. So here we have an outline of what more or less the border of the room is going to look like. Obviously the proportions are all well off, so it's not going to look like this at all. At least this is just a general structure, and I'm still considering, we will see like live trying if to do like an overhang over here, like a terrace, a balcony of sorts, and then making one that goes along the way like we did in our map room, in which we have these overhang balconies hold up by columns. So I don't know if I'm going to do that, or if I'm going to do something else, or nothing at all. I wanted though to have something to break up like the plainness of the outline. So maybe a balcony or something along that line, on maybe even just on one side, having it having it only on that side rather than on both sides instead could be interesting as a thing to do, like this. So here we have a balcony, and maybe here we have some very big windows. I don't know, it's still yet to be defined. So this is what for what concerns the project I had in mind. Please also do tell me if you like this kind of thing that I'm trying to do here, with showing you what goes on in my mind using paint, or if you say no, please avoid drawing, which I would definitely understand, because I'm not confident at all in what I'm doing here. I'm just trying. Please help. So, without further ado, allow me to go ahead, gather the necessary materials, and begin the construction. So, we first of all start with, well, you can see that I already went a little bit ahead and already delimited the area that we are going to cover with this room, roughly, with this cobbled basalt. I'm now working on, well, just adding a few bits and pieces, the foundations, and evening out basically what it's going to be the actual flat surface we are going to work with. We are now moving over to the, let's say, second part, which is this cliffside, because before starting to work onto the floor, we have to get prepare this actual surface, even out the walls, raise them, prepare also the starting place for the staircase that I wanted to put in. You can also see that in the end I changed my mind, and I'm going for this flat, let's say, angle, rather than having two symmetrical curved stairwells, and instead I'm just opting to one curved and on the other side we are going to work on something else instead. Last but not least, we are going to work then onto the actual floor. First thing first, obviously clearing out the area, and then I had to begin by delimiting where I'm going to place some columns. I wanted to have some columns in place, giving a little bit of more palace-like feel to the entire room. And after having delimited where the actual columns are going to go, we then move on with the floor itself. I wanted to make a floor made out of stone, so you can see that I am measuring basically where the center of the room is, and then from that point on, starting to build the floor design. I went for this kind of flower shape, which I'm then modifying, trying out. It started as a flower, it then became a four-leaf clover, and then it becomes a roundel. And the last touch to this entire ensemble is actually filling in the border, which is was quite a tough thing to do, because I struggled a little bit with the palette that I want to choose. So I began by filling in everything with smooth basalt, and then moved on with actually decorating the floor itself with these patches of basalt-like variants. I used some deep slate, I used some variants of basalt, and what else, for giving this, well, for breaking actually the uniformity of the just smooth basalt. Now back to the room for some further progress, actually. Okay, so here we are. It's nowhere near done, no, not at all. It's a little bit smaller than I had originally anticipated. Unfortunately, as you may already be guessing, or you should have already guessed, I'm splitting this episode in two parts because it's way too much work, and it's small. Like, it's not that big of a room, but having to come up with a palette and with everything else was much more time-consuming than I had originally anticipated. So, you can see that I have begun working on the columns, although I think I'm going to swap out these logs for something more royal, like quartz pillars, perhaps. I've added in this nice little fountain feature, although I'm not yet entirely sold on that, and we still have to add in the big windows. I plan on adding onto this side and onto this side, and on top of that there is a lot of work yet to be done. You can see that I have begun working on adding like the topmost floor part. Here we have this bump, which is going to turn into a little bit of a terrace, terrace slash balcony. It's still all very much in the process of becoming. And here these columns are here because I'm planning on making a little bit of an overhang like we have in the cartographer room, in the map room. So let's meet back up to the signboard and conclude this first part of this build, and so this episode. Okay, so here we are. We don't have anything to update, unfortunately, as much as I would have wanted, because everything is still work in progress. I am happy how it's coming along, the entire build. Especially, I like especially these colorful details for the edges, like I did onto the map room. I am very happy with that. Although I would have hoped that I was able to reach a little bit of a further stage. Also because we still need to put in the roof, the topmost part of the wall, all the windows. Then we will have to decorate the exterior and the interior. Oh gosh, if it's not going to be a part episode. It's going to be a 3-part one. It's a very time-consuming build. My blubbering aside, I thank you for having followed me until this moment. Leave a like if you enjoyed today's episode and subscribe if you wish to see more like them. Be sure to let me know what you think in the comments, or if you have some nice idea that I could implement into this construction, or in general in my constructions. There's something you would like to see me do, somewhere you would like me to explore, or whatever. I am open to all your suggestions, and I read each and every one of your comments, so please speak down below and I shall promptly answer you, and I will be waiting for you as per my usual in the next episode. Bye bye.